Yeah.
Why are you here today and how do you find the response?
Yeah, I think this is a good. There's good response. Early morning, people do come out, and the crowds are just forming. And I come here because I have been here before, and I just want to show my supporters that I have not forgotten about them. That this is also a key stop. That I'll come back to them, and they welcome me because they saw me. Say, "Oh, we saw you 3 months ago. Very good that you are coming back again. You have not forgotten about us." So this is one of the main reasons, coming back to your supporters and bearing them in mind.
You spoke to some of the sponsors at length, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the concerns that they raised?
Well, the concern is actually someone shouted very loudly, checks and balances. So go for it, go for it. Make sure that you do your job of providing checks and balances. That's a very loud call to me.
So should we check the position as well?
Well, I think I'm above all. I will be for all Singaporeans. It's no longer PAP versus opposition. That we are behind that. The general election has settled that already. So we are moving on to a different role, different kind of mission, objective. And that is for an elected president, which is above party politics. I will treat everybody equally, whether you are opposition member or PAP member. That makes no difference to me. Everyone is an MP and everyone is a Singaporean.
The resident who raised concerns about your stand on how ISA is not justified. So he asked whether what are the alternatives?
I did say that there are other laws. One particular boy who is with his parents did ask his parents, what are you going to do about criminals without ISA? I did tell them that there are other laws to take care of terrorism and tough criminals as well. And other countries have dealt with this problem without ISA. So I don't think ISA. There are alternatives for ISA. We should review it. Even Dr. Tony Tan admitted that it was a blunt instrument. So we have reached the level of society we must understand that you cannot use blunt instruments anymore. Well, I think there are enough. There are laws on against terrorism as well. So I think I wouldn't be too afraid about it.
Guys rolling this campaign.
Yeah.
The schedule is very packed, so
Yeah.
keep yourself fit during the campaign.
Well, walking keeps me fit too, and try to have enough sleep, and don't eat too much. Eat only the good stuff. No special diet. It's just that don't eat the normal stuff. My doctors will tell me, don't eat too much oily stuff, and don't eat too much chili. It's quite a sacrifice. I love chili. Yeah. I'm eating chicken rice tomorrow. Yeah, it's a typical Hainanese dish. So at the Hainan Weekend tomorrow, lunchtime they are going to provide. They are going to ask Hainanese to come and support me.
Any exercise that you do to relax?
Well, the exercise relax is really more walking during this period. But normally I would go to the gym 3-4 times a week.
Are you still going to the gym now?
It's a bit more difficult because it requires a special trip to the gym. But I do walk in my neighborhood, walk around the estate, and there are slopes in my estate. And so my doctor told me, try to walk up for 20 minutes after dinner, after meal. So I've been quite a good patient. Oh, yeah. There was a civil servant who have worked in the civil service for quite some time. He says, you cannot erase the fact that he has worked for government, and I did work for government. So he equates that with PAP. I said, no, I was there as a civil servant, and I was serving on my scholarship bond. And that was more than 20 years ago. I left in 1990. Unlike the other candidate, he was saying that I'm also a PAP, staff compared to the other three. I said the difference is I left 20 years ago. These people, I left the government. I've never been I've never been a member of the PAP for one thing, and I left the government. My association with PAP members is more than 20 years ago. When I left the government service 20 years ago. So unlike all the others, they left only about a few weeks to a few months ago. So they were there 20-30 years. I was in government service for 11 years.
Are you ever asked to join? Like the then when you were citizen?
Yes, in the 1984, this is public record that they did interview me. I went through all, including the final one in the cabinet room. Everybody, the whole CEC was there, and but they finally told me that maybe I was a bit, maybe they should allow me to grow, to have a family, to establish myself in a career, and I was probably too young. I was age 30 then. Looking at the candidates for the 1984 general election, I would have been the youngest candidate.